Most of my life, I thought being in the background was the safest option. I thought it was the safest option because I thought it was going to save me from criticism, from being misjudged, to being disliked, and the list goes on and on. But I am in the phase of my life where I'm realizing that even being in the background is not going to save you from criticism. It's not going to save you from people judging you and the idea that you have in your mind that everyone is like paying attention to you, it's a lie. It's not true. And if it was true, if everyone was thinking about you and cared about you, not cared about you, but no cared about, your personality and your what you were doing, so what? So what? I'm titling this video "Being the Fool" because I think that could mean several things. It could mean that I was a fool in thinking that people cared about me and cared about how I I was and how I perceived myself, that people actually cared about that. Or it could talk about my transition into putting myself out there more. Even making this video, I would have been so afraid to do this, but I'm doing it now because why not? You know? Um, but the thing about putting yourself out there and like posting, to me, I don't think that it is the part where like you're afraid of what people will say. I think it's the crickets. I think when you look on your notifications and you see that no one is liking your stuff. No one is commenting you're terrible. No one is commenting you're the worst person who ever made a video. Most people don't even watch. And I think knowing that like no person is really sitting there waiting for you to come out of your shell. And when you do come out of your shell, people aren't going to congratulate you. Like people are going to be like, "Oh my goodness, you're finally coming out of your shell." I mean, some people like your friends or your people that know you, but most people they don't care. They're just going about their life. Um, Another part, as I'm just talking about this, people really don't care. People really don't care. If you are walking down the street and you have on an outfit or something and it looks crazy, or what is crazy, but anyway, you just have on a outlandish type of uh outfit and people are staring at you, they're gonna stare at you and they're gonna go about their day. And this is the same thing for posting online. It being cringy. I mean, look, I'm starting to post online and of course it's cringy, but I think that's the part in us that first feels cringy, but as time progresses and you start seeing yourself more, it becomes less cringe. Um as I'm thinking back, I wonder if I actually truly cared about like how people perceived me, or was it just myself? Because as I've been really analyzing my mind for like these last few months, I'm able to do stuff now, like putting myself out there. Now I think I'm doing it because I'm actually shifting the way that I think. Uh and it's simple. I'm just simply trying to be nicer to myself. I don't have to be mean to me. And I can allow myself to I can just allow myself to be me. I don't have to wait until this fake idea in my mind of like of this perfect me shows up, because it will never show up. None of us will be perfect. And if you are a person who wants to, post or put themselves out there or go for your whatever goal or dream that you have, do it now. Like, there is no better time than now, because that perfect idea of yourself is not going to exist. It doesn't exist. And another thing that I've been thinking about is like how my life will look in a macro level, not just in this very, not this particular moment. Like, when I'm 40 years old and I look back at my 20-year-old self, like, what will my 40-year-old self think of me? That's something I've been thinking about, because many of the people who were successful, they weren't they most of them aren't polished as they are now. And you can actually see a progression of like how how they started and where they are now. And seeing where they started is very humbling. um um but yeah, being the fool, I think we all should be little fools, because fools actually, they start off as fools, but you never know what they might turn into.